take your leadership to the next level. It's time for the Foundational Missions Leadership Moment with Scott McClelland of FX Missions.
Hi, Scott McClelland here with your FX Missions Leadership Moment. We're being joined by Kate Nevarez. Kate, thanks for taking a few minutes. We're on location now near Jinotega, Nicaragua, and we're getting ready to start our event. Kate's been a player over these last few years and very appreciated. So thanks for being here, and thanks for being a part of the event. And we want to talk a little bit about leadership, and of course you demonstrate that in a lot of ways. So thanks for making my job a lot easier over these years. Yes, you have. When we talk about the subject of leadership, Kate, what is there something you want to share, or something that would come to mind that you have learned? Maybe a great experience, or something you've observed in someone else you know that caused you to have a lot of respect for them, or even the flip side. You know, we learn from everything. So.
Yeah, my husband and I have said for years, following other leaders, we're learning how to be and how not to be. So hopefully we're really learning the lessons.
Yes, so as not to repeat. Yeah. Right, yeah.
I think the biggest thing for me, like personally in my having to lead others, or choosing to lead others, or having the privilege of leading others, is it's just learning to be real.
Okay.
To really be myself.
Yeah. And
not to put any pretensions up or any walls, or hide my flaws, because I think being real makes it more accessible. You know, I mean, we don't want to just be leaders. We want to help other people to be leaders.
Right.
You know, and so if we just have this select group of leaders, you know, the world's kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And
true.
If those of us who have had a chance to learn some leadership skills and be in a position to help others lead, if we don't also help them learn to lead, then we're not going forward.
Right.
And so our leadership is kind of being like truncated.
Yeah.
And so the more real we are about our own mishaps and flaws, and, you know, whether it be personality quirks or whatever that we are, then the more people can actually relate to us. And the more people can relate to us, the more they're going to learn about how to actually lead others.
Right. Yeah, very true. You don't have to keep up with which version of yourself you're being either, right?
Exactly.
So it makes it simpler.
That can get confusing.
Which one of those was I being? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Very cool. That's a great, you know, I have done quite a few of these interviews, and I think that's the first time I've heard exactly that put that way. So very valuable stuff. I think especially young people can, you know, often that's who we're providing an example to. You know, it's easy to get through. The artificial sniffs out pretty quick, you know.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing, and I think no matter who we are, you know, we can be our genuine selves. You know, whether we have strengths of whatever kind.
Right.
That's not a talent. You know, that's an honesty, I think. So it's a strength that we can all bring to our leadership, and I think maybe this will challenge some people to consider it in that way. So thank you for that. Anything else comes to mind? Anything you want to give in addition to that, or are you
Question.
what are you hoping to learn from this time, maybe in Nicaragua, because we're in a leadership event here?
Yeah. I think just observing other leaders in a relaxed setting, you learn a lot about how to lead others.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing for me, is just to see how other people do it.
Yeah.
And see what seems to work and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And so last year I got the privilege to be here, and I learned a lot about just including others in decision making. I've kind of worked with several organizations that the decisions tend to be top down, which is traditional leadership style.
Yeah.
And not to be critical, but sometimes, you know, when you're in the middle or toward the bottom, you don't learn to make decisions when it's that style.
Right.
And so then, you know, as leaders, we tend to be like, why can't you make decisions to the people we're leading? And the reason is that we haven't given them any responsibility to make decisions in a meaningful way.
Wow.
So, you know, when you get to learn in a relaxed setting where a bunch of people are making decisions together, then you learn how to include others in the decision-making process, which again is training leaders, not just being a leader.
Come on, that's a high quality observation, and I think we can all reflect on that too, because sometimes it's a lot easier just to make the decision, right?
And that tends to be my personal style. It's just like, do this.
Yeah.
And I've learned it doesn't always work very well.
Right,
so I'm trying
right.
to adapt and adjust and learn from others.
Right. Awesome. Well, thanks for being with us, Kate. And we look forward to, more of this stuff from you downrange as we convince you once again to get in front of the mic or camera.
Good luck.
Thanks for joining. I'm Scott McClellan with your FX Missions Leadership Moment. To contact me or us, please do so at fxmissions.com. Until next time, have a good one.